Bless you, Joe.
How much for a tumble, Mary?
Ha! You couldn't afford me.
Too right. Lost half my fucking songs the other day.
You didn't. Oh, Aoife, I'm sorry. You know I'm by heart, though, don't you?
Some. It's still trouble I could well do without. Here, you'd have laughed. This proper cove kept shoving his oar in. Just stood there gawking with his dog and getting in the way.
Sounds familiar.
Been a right shite week all in all.
Like every week, then.
This one'll take some beating.
Aoife, you alright?
Not really. Missed me monthlies.
You're with child?
Fuck, don't say that.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Here, I need to get back to it.
My brethren, we are infected with a rank pestilence. And though it comes upon us without boil or blemish, without fever or phlegm, its symptoms are no less severe. More so, for man's very soul is ravaged and kept in sickness. The disease I speak of is the disease of liberality. It maketh men weak, and when man is weak, he tolerates all around him. When man is weak, he is forced to greet those abominations of God with politeness and mercy. When man is weak, he turns from God, and there shall be no mercy for those that turn away from the Almighty. For we are told, be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what commission hath light with darkness? Brethren, what do we see on these very streets but unrighteousness and darkness, aiding Satan himself to carry out his wicked works?
I am sure, as most of you are aware, Mrs. Mary Ann Nichols was buried this past Thursday at Manor Park Cemetery, in what I am told was a modest and fitting ceremony with close family in attendance. There are, no doubt, some of you here who knew Mrs. Nichols, but as one of our neighbors, she was known to us all. In this spirit, we join together in prayer in the hope that we may find some measure of peace after such a tragic end. O merciful God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who is the resurrection and the life, we meekly beseech thee, O Father, to raise us from the death of sin unto the life of righteousness, that, when we shall depart this life, we may rest in him, and that, at the general resurrection in the last day, we may be found acceptable in thy sight, and receive that blessing which thy well-beloved Son shall then pronounce to all that love and fear thee, saying, Come ye blessed. My dear Mary.
Good morning, Vicar.
How good of you to come. I take it you knew Mrs. Nichols.
No, sir. Just paying me respects.
It is a ghastly business. I cannot fathom what drives someone to commit such horrific acts.
Makes you wonder if he's up there after all.
Mary, you mustn't think that way. Evil exists so that we may choose goodness. Only by the grace of God may we choose correctly.
If you say so, sir.
Enough of that. How have you been? We've missed you.
I've been staying with relations.
Whereabouts is your family, if you do not mind me asking?
Kent way?
How pleasant. I have a cousin in Maidstone.
Only got back this morning, sir. Came straight here.
And how is Mr. Barnett?
Right now, I imagine he's lugging a ton of fish around and wishing he were down the pub. Used to be, he wished he were home with me.
Mary, if you are struggling, I know the Hope Town shelter would be happy to receive you. They have helped many women in their time of need.
Oh no. I'd only be taking bread from the mouths of those who need it more. Besides, I've got a job, sir. I'm a seamstress.
That is splendid news, Mary. Well done. I hope you apply yourself diligently.
Would you believe it? Today's my first day, sir. I can't be late.
Remember, Mary, our door is always open.
My brethren, we are infected with a rank pestilence. And though it comes upon us without...
Morning, Miss Kelly. Fancy an early lunch? Apologies for the smell, mein dear. They don't call me fishy for nothing. Ha!
Would you like some advice, my dear? Never get married. It'll only fry your nerves as it has mine.
I ain't done nothing.
Well, now I know you have.
Bullshit.
Charlie Bennett! Where'd you hear that kind of language?
You, Miss Mary.
Oh, just don't repeat it.
I'll try. Can't promise nothing, though.
You're not down on the Thames today?
No, Miss Mary. I was taking a short break from larking.
Oh, why's that?
And now went through me foot when I was searching the banks. So Ma says Penny can take Emma to Covent Garden for Crest in the meantime.
Oh, how old is Emma now? 5? Oh, and helping her mum?
Never too young to start earning your keep, Miss Mary. Oh, you don't have to worry. We'll be right as rain in no time.
Good to know, little man.
I've been thinking.
What is it, Charlie?
Do you think I'll ever be more than a mudlark, Miss Mary?
Where's this come from all of a sudden?
I just thought, being that I can read and write and all, perhaps...
You can be whatever you want to be, Master Bennett. You just need to work hard and find the right place. Now go and fry your face. I'm sick of the sight of you.
Ah, another new face. Good morning, young lady, and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Mr. Green.
I heard an old gal would run in this place. You all right, sir?
Do I look normal to you, miss?
What's the matter, sir? You ill or something?
Don't mind me. It's been a busy morning. What seems to be the problem?
Dreams, sir.
Unpleasant ones?
They can be.
Oh, that isn't good. Don't suppose you happen to remember any?
There's this ship.
Like a sailing ship?
No, much bigger. 4 huge chimneys on it.
Oh, that sounds big.
But I'm cold, see? And that's when I notice that I'm underwater. And so's the ship. And all the people, they're floating around me.
That's enough to make anyone's petals drop off.
It's a relief to wake up sometimes, I can tell you.
You know, there are some who say dreams have meaning.
How's that, sir?
In that they're a sort of premonition of what's to come.
Is that what you think?
I know it's a dicky old world, and there's lots about it we don't understand. But some of the biggest mysteries are the folk in it. Let's see if we can't make up a draft to help you sleep a bit better. Would you mind helping me gather the ingredients, miss?
Name's Mary Kelly, sir.
Well, let's get started then, Mary. No harm done. Ready to try again? First, we need some cocoa wine. Very good for calming nerves. Next, we need some laudanum. Excellent if you're feeling overworked. Now, I mix these up with some water, several drams of syrup, and the pièce de résistance, a dash of bruised ginger. This should do the trick, Mary.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That'll be £1. Take 3 spoonfuls 1 hour before bed, and I promise a better night's sleep will be had.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Good day to you, Mary. Come back any time, should you need anything.
Try not to touch anything.
Careful, Mary Jane. That is a genuine Greenwich piece. And a gift from my generous benefactor. Very expensive.
It's beautiful, sir.
That it is. In the glorious words of Othello, pride, pomp, and circumstance of glorious war.
I think I saw something.
Don't be ridiculous. The poor thing is in dire need of a polish, that's all. Brown Bess, a steadfast symbol of our expansive empire.
Pretty pasties for pretty ladies.
Mary! Oh, Mary! Over here! Mary!
A fine day, isn't it?
We should make the most of it.
A good rule for any day.
Excuse my asking.
Sweden, I knew what you planned to ask from the look on your face. That was a long time ago, mind. Accents? Pick up on accents, I suppose.
Ah, I see. It is only fair. Wales. A long time ago, that wasn't all.
It is a blessing these small things follow us, despite being so far from home.
You seem to have spent a long time here, though, if you don't mind my saying.
20 years or so. So desperate to see the country as many were. After losing a child in Gothenburg, it felt like time for a new beginning.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
Oh, that is life, is it not?
Yes.
My apologies. I'm often told that it is wrong to wear your heart on your sleeve in London, yet I do often. Good day to you, miss. Thank you for such kind conversation.
Oh, morning, girl. I was hoping to see your ugly mug today.
You must be able to read my mind. This ugly mug's got some work for you.
Oof. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wick, you know, the curiosity chap needs an extra pair of hands. I suggested yours.
How kind.
Anything for a friend.
That was my favourite flower girl then.
It ain't right for me to grouse, but I'm struggling, Mary. I've enough stock money to keep me going for a week, but with Jack not working...
That idle moke.
I'm doing my best. The gentlemen are still kind and buy their buttonholes, but the ladies are frightened. They keep away. I'm frightened and all.
It'll blow over soon enough, Kitty. People don't take long to forget.
I hope you're right. Speaking of blowing over, is Joe...
Nah. Mr. Barnett don't forget a storm quickly. We still ain't speaking.
What's got him nabbed this time?
Ugh. Money troubles. Ain't that just the way?
Shame. He seemed like a good man.
Yeah. Still sends me my keep in the post.
I need to find myself one like that. Who knows? Perhaps we're in for a stroke of luck.
I've gone right cakey, because I could swear that dog is following me. How does it know where it's going? Wittek's wonders, my big toe. Ugh, dusty old shit. I've come about the work, sir. Kitty sent me.
Ah, you must be Mary Jane. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ready to spread the good word about my fine establishment?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Splendid. Furnish thyself, child.
You want me handing out pamphlets, sir?
Why, you do not distribute mere pamphlets.
No?
My dear, you will be as Beatrice, leading them to paradise.
Who's she when she's at home?
Oh, never mind. Mary Jane, what I offer here is salvation. For too long have the people of Whitechapel languished in ignorance, which I am afraid to say is the cause of much of the wrongdoing we see upon these very streets. We have forgotten who we are. A nation built by heroes from whom we can trace our best habits and institutions. I shall remind them of this fact. We shall remind them.
And I'll be doing all that by just handing out pamphlets.
Now, I would not hope to suggest where one might best make a start. You are, no doubt, more familiar with Whitechapel's environs than I.
I know of a few places, sir.
Excellent. We shall settle payment upon your return.
Interest you in an exhibition on King Arthur?
Not for me, Miss Kelly. I ain't sharp enough for the likes of that. I'll see if me pa's interested, though.
Ah, bless you, Henry. Hey, what's got you in such fine spirits, Master Hopkins?
It's nothing, Miss Kelly. Honest.
Business good?
Oh, the bad air don't hinder appetites, Miss Kelly. The old man's bacon can weather any storm.
That ain't it at all. Would it happen to be that posh girl from up Spitalfields?
Agnes is a fine girl, Miss Kelly. I have so little to offer a woman like that.
Hey, you've plenty to offer, Henry. What about your pa's job?
Oh, Miss Kelly, I ain't a baker. The old man would have me in a heartbeat. But I miss the people, you know. Let some other lad have it. I'm happy to be on the streets, me.
And Agnes?
Who knows? It's a rummy old world, ain't it? I could be in luck.
I've got more business to attend to, Miss Mary.
Just a thought, Mary. Have you been out in the sun much?
Sun? In England? You must be joking, Mr. Green.
Well, ensure you expose yourself to as much sun as possible. Darkness can make you tired and prevent proper growth.
You're thinking of plants, sir.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. People need light to grow. I'm sure of it.
Are you all right, Mr. Green? Perhaps you need some fresh air.
I do, but alas, I cannot leave this place. Only I know what is what and what goes where. No, I must remain.
My brethren, here is one now, come from within the church whence they weep for a dead whore.
Don't talk about Polly like that. She were a brickish bonnet.
Begone, harlot, for ye are arrayed in the whore's colour, and have drunk deep from the golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness in her fornication. Mary, just the person I wanted to see. That chap you were talking to last night, the one with the dog, Mr. Jenkins, seemed to have a lot to say to you.
Oh, he's a queer one, all right.
How so?
Hard to put my finger on it. Like he's not quite what he appears to be.
Well, he's a crimp.
No, I don't think he means harm. It's hard to explain.
Strangest thing I heard late last night coming from his room.
What?
Sounded like he was talking.
To who?
His dog.
Oh, I've heard you natter away to old Reginald plenty of times.
No, I mean properly talking. As if they were having a conversation, back and forth, pauses, questions, replies, even apologies, for heaven's sake.
Well, I never. Did the dog say anything back?
No, it just... Oh, very funny.
Sounds like you've been working too hard, Mr. Waldron.
Always have done. It's in my nature. Don't get to have the finest public house in Whitechapel by chance.
Oh, you know what you need? A drink. Ale's your poison, innit? Is that a new one on tap, I see?
Just in this morning. Down from Burton, the Chutney Boy. Beautiful drop it is.
Pour two and I'll join you.
Oh, I can't. Wouldn't be right. Besides, Ethel sees me keeping company with your sort, she'll have my guts.
She don't mind my sort bringing the boozers in, though, does she?
Keep your voice down. Just because something's a part of life don't mean you have to like it.
I know what you mean. Just how I feel about this place.
All I'm saying is there's got to be more to the world than this. Where'd the clouds come from? Have you ever thought of that? I don't believe the old world being round rubbish, do you? It doesn't make sense. What do you think, Lewis?
interest you in an exhibition on King Arthur?
What on earth do you expect me to do with that? Toss them in the water for all I care, but you can fuck off with that rubbish.
I lived here when I was young, you know.
Here, don't you look like the spit of my daughter? Come back from the grave to haunt this old moke, eh?
Whoops-a-daisy! Cry shame on me.
I see you have no more pamphlets. I trust all went well.
Practically biting my hand off they were, sir, to look at them.
Excellent! Whitechapel's prodigal sons and daughters are soon to return. Now, such valuable work must not go unrewarded.
Thank you, sir. I shall be glad to help again in the future if you have need of it.
I shall keep that in mind, Mary Jane. I see you admiring my latest purchase. I wonder, do you happen to recognize the language in which the text is written?
Looks bloody old, whatever it is.
Over 1,000 years, in fact. It is an ancient dialect of Welsh.
What's it about, if I might ask?
You are familiar with the tales of King Arthur?
A little. My gran used to tell me stories.
Many have told the tale down through the ages. Mallory, de Troyes, most recently Tennyson. This book contains one of the earliest and least known versions. Rather primitive, but that is to be expected. Would you like to hear it?
Please, sir.
Why, Mary Jane, can there not be more people like you in this world? The tale begins long ago, in a time of darkness and war, when prophecy foretold that from the chaos would rise a great king named Arthur and his mighty court at Camelot. From far and wide came the bravest of warriors, each pledging their swords to defend the kingdom's glory and ensure peace forevermore across its lands. And from among these warriors there stood one, braver and more glorious than all the rest, Sir Lancelot Du Lac, heralded the greatest knight of his age. But while all admired the valiant star in their midst, there was a fiery passion that burned deep within another's heart. Alas, Queen Guinevere knew it to be wrong, and fought to keep her desire hidden, until one day she could not bear the agony any longer, and confessed all. To the Queen's surprise, Lancelot did not chide her words, but instead wept For in his eternal goodness, he had not felt a purer love in all his years, and swore to keep Guinevere's secret until his last breath. Tragedy was almost averted that day, were it not for another who watched from the shadows. It was the sorceress Morgana, Arthur's exiled kin. She too yearned deeply, but not for love. Her prize was the crown upon her brother's head and the title of queen his birth had long denied her. So, that very night, she went transformed to Arthur's chamber, whispering to him her wicked tale. Plagued thereafter was the king with dreadful visions, not of ghouls and ghosts and monstrous fiends, but of friends and lovers committing treachery most foul. Upon his waking, Arthur's torment did not end, for he knew in his heart a nightmarish truth had been revealed. The wretched couple was summoned before the king, who, in such pain, could not bear their presence any longer, and declared them outcast, never again to step foot within Camelot's walls. News of this great turmoil quickly spread throughout the realm, and the dark forces, long defeated, stirred once more. And so, Morgana's evil plan was almost done, as she woke dormant terrors to rain down fire on Arthur's fallen kingdom. Finally, the scheming sorceress was poised to take the crown and rule as Camelot's eternal queen. But a deathly shriek cut her triumph short, and with haste Morgana flew to whence the dreaded noise had come. On a bed of ash she found her enchanted dragon slain, and so too Lancelot, returned to save the kingdom, and by a noble death redeem his name. With her evil plan thwarted, Morgana raged, but her punishment was not yet over, for the wizard Merlin appeared in judgment of her crime. He passed sentence and bound Morgana to a wretched form, proclaiming the sorceress forever cursed to roam a world of her undoing. But in the act of binding such evil, magic had seeped into the very ground upon which they stood. Some say it was a miracle, others a curious fate. But brave Lancelot did draw breath once more. Second life the knight was granted, and so from Camelot's ashes he did rise and devote his sword and self to protect the weak from harm and keep evil forever at bay.
I like the bit with the dragon, sir.
The illustrations are also exquisite, are they not?
The drawing puts me in mind of someone. A gentleman I met the other night. He even has the same dog.
Maybe Lancelot has come to Whitechapel to banish evil and lead us all to the light.
I should be off, sir.
Good day to you, Mary Jane.
Mr. Leach, is the sleuth hound on the scent?
Why, Mary, have you not heard? The devil has but visited these streets again and claimed another soul.
No.
I knew we had not woken from this nightmare yet. I was not wrong.
Who was she?
Many are reporting the name Civvy.
Mrs. Chapman? Well, she was in the 10 Bells but last night. I left without even speaking to her.
Poor woman. Word has it she were horribly cut. The worst yet.
But it don't make sense. If this leather apron's who they say he is, what would he want with Annie? She never sold herself. Christ, the whole of Whitechapel knows that.
The police would have it different, Mary.
Lying bastards.
It is my theory this leather apron is but a clever piece of subterfuge by the detective force. They know who the real killer is and hide it from us.
Why would they do such a thing?
What if he's a man of great importance in the world? Man will go to great lengths to hide a scandal, you know. It would not be the first time the powers that be have colluded for such venal reasons.
If you have evidence, you must write it in the paper.
It is evidence that I'm lacking. I travel to Lemon Street this very instant in search of it.
Well, I'm travelling with you and all.
This endeavour isn't without its dangers, Mary.
I'm well acquainted to them, Mr. Leach. Let's go.